Welcome back to Straight Talk about Health and Wellness. My name is Mary Henderson, and I will be your host for the next 25 minutes, maybe 30, but count on 25. So we are approaching the new year, all right? And most time with the new year, we get all these resolutions, New Year resolutions together. And we said that we're going to eat better, all right? We said we're going to go to the gym. All right. We say that we're not gonna let that person get on our nerves next year like they did this year, and all kind of things of that sort. But are we able to keep them? All right. I know when I go to the gym the first week, it'd be so packed, can't find any machines. But then it starts dwindling down. It starts dwindling down. So today we're going to talk about how you can keep your resolutions, all right, and how you can actually achieve your goals, all right, and how you can avoid stress, all right. And today we're just going to explore all kind of things to keep you motivated. How's that? And I have the right person to do that. And you know her. You know her. Come on, you know her. This is Coach Paula Taylor. All right,
Hello.
Coach Paula Taylor. Hi, Coach Paula Taylor. How are
Hi,
you?
I am well. How are you?
Oh, yeah, just getting into the Christmas spirit.
Yes, yes.
What we're doing. Into the Christmas spirit. So, Coach Paula Taylor, I'm gonna tell you a little bit before I turn it over to her. She is the owner of Above Adequate LLC. You know, I probably said that wrong, but you guys know what I'm saying. Adequate LLC. All right. She's the owner and CEO. All right. She is dedicated to help people and leaders, all right, in the community and in churches. All right. She must be good if she helped the churches. Okay. I'm just being naughty. Okay. Paula also empowers her clients to rise above that saying we always say just enough. Okay, she wants you to rise above the just enough. All right. She works with personal and professional lives. All right, to be a better you, wherever category you may fit. All right, so let's listen up and hear what she has to say. Good
All right.
morning or good afternoon, Coach
Hello
Paula Taylor.
there.
How
Hello
are
there.
you?
I'm well. I am well. It's so good to see you. So good to be back and hanging out with you for a little bit. I love our discussions. I love them.
Okay, that is fantastic. You know, and we always, we just keep it real. This
We do.
conversation, we just keep
I
it
love
real. That's why it's called straight talk.
That's
No
right.
matter how bad it sounds or how good it sounds, you know what I mean? But if it sounds bad, we try to make a solution, for everybody. But if it sounds good, we done our job.
Yeah, solution focus. We're looking for results. I love that.
Exactly, exactly. Coach Paula Taylor, Coach Paula, I should say, why do we make New Year's resolutions? Why do we do that?
Well, and I always share Mary in being a coach and consultant and I have a new one now. I do mediation and I love
Oh,
that part as well.
oh
Uh,
boy.
there's always there's not a whole lot of absolutes. So there could be a lot of reasons for a lot of people in different ways. So I just want to share a little bit of what I've learned, my own personal experiences from clients, just in my journey. But at the start of the year, for a lot of people, it's a refreshing, it's a new,
Mhm.
okay, oh, that's the song, things are, things are old, things are gone. Let's try something new, or let me start over. And I
Mhm.
think as people say that they're starting over, so they're making the resolutions of this year I'm going to, and sometimes they're great, but sometimes you said earlier where by February these resolutions are gone or by the
Mhm.
first quarter. And sometimes what happens is what I've learned over the years for myself as well as others
Mhm.
is that sometimes our resolutions are vague. Sometimes they're just really big, and
Mhm.
sometimes we don't even calendar them. So what I learned, and even some of the stuff that I work with my clients on working on, instead of setting this huge resolution, or I'm going to the gym and I'm going to be there at
Mm-hmm.
5 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to work out. What does it look like to now switch up and say, what habits do I want to build this year? What habits do I want to let go of? And then begin to set those small steps
Mm-hmm.
for those weekly actions. So it may
Mm-hmm.
be, hey, I want to build a habit of being more consistent with my personal health, my physical health. What does
Mm-hmm.
that look like? Could that start with, this week I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day? Or this week, I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day. Or on my break at work, I'm going to take those 10 minutes or 15 minutes and I'm going to walk the stairs or something like
Mm-hmm.
that versus us
That's a good
making
beginning.
that's a good beginning. And that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Start with a small, some type of habit that we want to develop versus these
Mm-hmm.
real big, vague goals. Yeah.
That's good because I think if we make our goals too big, we'll get discouraged. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do all that. I know I've done it myself.
Mhm.
I said I was gonna do this, A, B, C. Then I sit down and say, oh, I'm not gonna do all that. So I think about ease into it. Just
Yes. Little by
ease into
little.
yeah, ease into the goals. So how can we set realistic health goals though? In what way can we do that we'll be able to keep it?
hmm Well, even as I said earlier, as an example, is setting those small milestones, and that's what I call the milestones. And for someone, and since we're talking about the working out, but it could be instead of me saying I'm going to the gym and I'm going to start working out 1 hour, I'm a whole hour, which the last 6 months we haven't worked out at pretty much at all. So what does it look like to now do 30-minute increments? Or I'm going
Mhm,
to take that walk for 30 minutes, or I'm going to the gym and I'm going to get on the treadmill for 30 minutes, or even
mhm,
15 minutes. Or it could be some type of movement,
mhm,
or and it may be I'm going to eat different. I want to eat
mhm,
healthier. What does it look like to maybe begin to say, I'm going to add more protein to my diet, or I'm going to add
mhm,
more fiber to my diet versus overhauling everything that we do, because
mhm.
then it does set us up oftentimes for failure. So it's those small times, it's a little bit, or even resting. What does it look
Mhm.
like for me to now get in bed 30 minutes earlier than what than what I'm normally, so I'm getting my proper rest or the rest that I need. So it's those small things to start, like you said, that
Mhm.
small movement, and then celebrate those small movements, celebrate
Celebrate.
wins. Even if
Celebrate.
there you go. Mary, it could be I walked 10 minutes today. And
Mhm,
so and remove the comparison of,
mhm,
wow, that person is here and I only did 10 minutes. No, celebrate those 10 minutes. Because
mhm,
those 10 minutes, as you celebrating and hit those milestones, that 10 minutes can turn into 15 to 20. Now you
mhm.
are working out for an hour.
Exactly. What role does mental health play in our New Year's resolution?
Uh, That's a huge role, because sometimes even in our resolutions, we're setting a physical outcome that we want, but we haven't looked at our mental and our emotional outcomes, meaning going back to habits. Because habits really usually originate in our mindset. What are we believing? What are we seeing? Stress is a big driver in our mental and emotional wellness. So if or guilt or shame, if I'm
Mhm,
feeling these things, then say going back to the workout, using that, and I'm going to use
mhm,
the same thread as an example. If I say I'm going to work out, my resolution, I'm going to do 6 days a week, and I'm going to get in the gym, and I got my gym membership, and I'm going to do an hour, and we get 2 days in the week.
mhm,
Sometimes we're, oh, I can't believe I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Or now it's the shame. Or someone says, hey, did you
mhm,
go to the gym? Or it's the stress or things
mhm,
that sometimes it's burnout. So giving
mhm,
ourselves space to really even reflect on, how am I doing emotionally? How am I doing mentally?
mhm.
We got a lot going on in the world. Being
Oh,
able
we
to sit,
do.
yeah, and have that quiet time with God and going, hey, God, how am I? How am I doing? Psalm
Checking
139.
in.
Yeah, Psalm 139 is huge for me. Checking my
Mhm,
heart. How am I doing emotionally? How am I doing
mhm,
mentally? And sometimes
mhm,
not okay, which is not a bad thing. We always say it's okay to say we're not okay. But now, how do I now look at that? Because that can have a huge stress. You know this as a nurse. Stress can wear us out, make us tired, burnout, causes us not to be consistent anymore, which
Mm-hmm.
now affects the resolution or the goals that we have because I'm tired, I'm stressed. Now I feel shame or guilt because I haven't gotten to where I want to be. And sometimes then we just quit.
Exactly. Because mental health plays a lot. If you don't achieve that resolution, then when we think about depression and all these other emotions come in, discouragement and all these
Right.
other emotions. And for as the resolution, what if we make a resolution and our money is funny? How do we
Yes,
deal with that? Our
exactly.
person's laughing at us.
Yeah, and sometimes it is, that financial part. And Jen, but we want to learn. I'm going to say this because I learned this. Run your own race and in your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes it's the comparison of, oh, well, let me get to this, or I see this, especially in social media. Oh, well, this person is doing X, Y, and Z, and they've got all of this. Let me make this happen. Some people financially may not be able to say, oh, right now in this season, my finances
Mm-hmm.
doesn't warrant for me to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm working out at home, but you can still be successful. You can still keep that motivation and that discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not, but we want to stay in that place and knowing where we are because finances can be a stressor. It
Especially
can,
now.
yeah. And it
Mm-hmm.
can be something where what does it look like for us to, how do I say this? Um, Look at our own finances, look at our own
Mm-hmm.
budget, look at where we are and being able to live in our own means that doesn't draw us out of that causes that stress or that
Mm-hmm.
that inconsistency or that burnout because sometimes for a lot of us it just gives us time to say hey this year this is not what we're doing. We say this oftentimes in coaching is that
Mm-hmm.
people don't do what they need to do. They do what they want to do.
Exactly.
And so,
I
for
like that.
example, if I need a pair of tennis shoes, I need
Mm-hmm.
a pair of tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Want a pair of Air Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go
Yeah.
out and get a pair of Air Jordans, but my budget doesn't line up
Does it
with that,
match?
I need
Mm-hmm.
some tennis shoes. So it's that journaling, it's that self-reflection, it's that time to allow God to show us where we are, and then walking in our lane and the grace in the pace that we're in because seasons are different. Like you said, our world is different now. What does that look like for us to shift so that things are mentally healthier for us
Mm-hmm.
and emotionally. And for some of us in this season, therapy or coaching may be
Mm-hmm.
necessary for us to even start
Get
building
started.
those healthy habits. And
Mm-hmm.
even in that, I encourage people, you are your best investment. How do you want to invest in yourself? And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
if that investment in this season, my investment, instead of a gym membership, my investment might be therapy sessions, or my
Mm-hmm.
investment might be coaching so that I
Mm-hmm.
can build the habits and the mindset and the emotional intelligence that I know that I want to have to carry me with this resolution that it will
Mm-hmm.
carry the whole year.
So I think with the coaches, coaching, it holds you accountable also.
Absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
accountability, that's that big A word. That not too many people like because and it's hard because what I tell you even with my clients some of the biggest helpful accountability people are your
Mm-hmm.
children, especially the young ones, the little ones, because they will say hey, aren't you
Mm-hmm.
supposed to X, Y, and Z. But accountability is helpful because
Mm-hmm.
somebody will come alongside with you to help you reach where you want to go.
Yeah, give you a little push where you need to, and we all need that little push. Sometimes we present ourselves as being strong. We don't need nobody. We don't need the help. But I think all of us need something sometime.
We do.
That
We do.
encouragement sometime.
That village
Yeah.
is important. That the
Mhm.
village is important. That how we support each other. Yeah,
Fantastic. Yeah, we do. And I know some of us come so strong and know everything, but we don't know everything.
not at all.
I know we don't. Mm-mm. So
Uh,
with the coach, okay, how would she manage or instruct her to be accountable for herself or himself?
in the coaching process, it definitely would be knowing what the goal might be, but
Okay.
also knowing, say, end result, this is where I want to go, or this is my resolution.
Mhm.
And sometimes, even in coaching, we'll unpack the resolution as to why is this your resolution? Uh, and have you done this before? So a lot of unpacking as to where you want to go, and then now
Mhm.
let's look at what steps need to happen. And sometimes, honestly, Mary, it starts with a mindset shift. If I think a certain way, until my mind shifts, I can get to the goal, but I won't
Mhm.
stay there, because if I don't feel, number one, I'm worthy of it, or I feel
Mhm.
like,
Oh,
I don't
exactly.
deserve this, I will sabotage
Exactly.
the very thing that I
Hmm.
really want.
That's
So with
true.
coaching, we start with mindset. We start with a growth mindset. We start with shifting. Am I thinking? What is my language to myself? Because if
Mhm.
I'm going to the gym, what am I speaking? And sometimes that growth is I may not feel like doing this, but I'm going to do this. So now I'm
Mhm.
I'm speaking to myself and reminding myself, this is what we're going to do today. We don't feel like it. I may not feel worthy, but we're going to move in this anyway. And now we're
Mhm.
also, that self-talk is really important. And that's how we see ourselves is very key. So in coaching, we do a lot of that first,
Mhm.
along with building towards the goal. Because what we want, a mindset shift, that if I don't reach the goal when I want to, or if I even fail at the goal, my
Mhm.
mindset is still that I can still do this. If I fall,
Mhm.
I can still get right back up and be compassionate towards myself.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
what's the next action? And reset quickly. The mindset shift, or us really starting to believe in who we are, or that mindset habit, gives us a place to reset faster, because
Mhm.
the reset might happen in a day or two as we build. But
Mhm.
if oh, I can't do this, I didn't do this, see, I never reach a resolution. And just the statement that people say,
Mhm.
oh, your New Year's resolution, you're done with it by February. For
Mhm.
us, for even to take that in and go and think about, oh, well, I'm probably going to be, this is not going to last. So we want to be careful of
Negativity. Mhm.
we want to be careful also what, scripture talks about, to guard our eye gates and our ear gates.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes someone else makes a statement that we take on and defines us. Is that,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to set a resolution, and here's my small steps that I'm going to reach this. And
Mhm.
by quarter one, I want to be here. By quarter two, I want to be here. Or by in the next 30 days, this is what where I want to be. So our own language, internal language, and how we, settle in on things is so important for us, for how we move forward. Because if not, if we don't talk to ourselves in this way, if we don't remind
Mhm.
ourselves, and we don't remind ourselves who we are, who God created us to be, somebody else will come along and say something to us and define who we are. And that's not okay.
So, and what I'm hearing is also self-love.
Absolutely.
That's
100%.
what
Yeah.
self-love. Love yourself and nobody can take it away.
Nobody can take it away. And learn how to love yourself. Because some
That's
people,
another
and
one.
I've had clients where there's like, this is what's been taught to me. This is what's been said to me. This is how I was shown love. But
Mm-hmm.
even for those who are listening, as you go into the new year, make a resolution as that I'm starting a new story. What do you want your new story to be? Like you said, what does self-love look like for you? And
Mm-hmm.
begin to write it down and journal it, because usually we make, again, a big statement, but we haven't
Mm-hmm.
put legs and we haven't put movement to what we want to do.
Oh my goodness, that was good, everybody. Don't you hear about that? Don't you hear about what's going on here? Do you hear Coach Paula T? So I'm encouraging you, those that need some coaching, get in contact with Coach Paula T. All
Yeah.
right. Coach Paula T, what you want to leave your last words today with our audience?
I want to leave with you all as we finish. First of all, finish the year well. Take care of you. One of the key things that is beneficial and helpful, even in this whole process, is rest. We're in a season where we're inundated with so much all at once. It is so important for us to get our rest and our sleep because it changes the trajectory on so many different things.
Sleep,
But the
very important.
yeah. And the last thing I want to encourage you as you start the year, start out well. If you set a resolution, but look at reflecting on your habits that you want to change and focus on some habits that you want to build.
That's good. I've started my resolution already. Get some sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep. Oh my goodness, that was good. All right, everyone, you heard it today. All right, and you have ideas to start your New Year's resolution, which will be in a couple weeks. All right. So in the meantime, this is Mary from Straight Talking about Health and Wellness. I'm going to say be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. All
Yeah.
right. Take care.
Bye-bye.